Today on Tattooed Nerd, we're going to do a little tutorial on why you should or shouldn't use green screens in your next Zoom and Teams video, or maybe your content creation. Let's dive into it. So the green screen has become a popular tool for YouTubers and filmmakers alike. Many creators literally embrace this new technology. That's actually not even new. It's used to elevate your production and your experience. But is it the right choice for you? Let's find out. So green screens give you unlimited creativity. A green screen can allow you to transport yourself into anywhere you want, whether it's the moon or the ocean or the beach. It doesn't matter. Green screen gives you this fantasy world ability that you can do with just a simple green screen and some editing. Green screens can give you a polished look, right? You can replace cluttered backgrounds with anything you want, whether it's professional branding or maybe it's a presentation that you're doing that you want to superimpose your face on top of the screen. The possibilities are limitless. If you're filming multiple takes, you can have a consistent background because your green screen is going to be used for you to be editing post-production, and you can create anything you want. So that consistency holds true with whatever take you're doing. You can do multiple takes with multiple lights and you can still have that consistent look. It also gives you the ability to save a bunch of time post-production because then you're not moving to a bunch of different locations to get a background. You can just replace it with the green screen. If you're a storyteller creating content, you can use the green screen to enhance your presentation. You can add graphics or movies. Again, use it as a creative tool in your arsenal. The problem with using green screens is there are technical challenges. For example, your lighting has to be really, really good. If you notice in this green screen right here, for example, I have a key light and I have a fill light. Naturally, in my background, you couldn't tell the shadows, but now that I have a complete green screen, you can see the different hues of green. You can see the shadows over here beyond my face and my shoulders. This creates challenges when you're doing post-production because there's multiple colors you're going to have to edit out. Kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. It's time consuming. Setting up perfect lighting, setting up perfect green screens takes a ton of effort and time. It's not just as simple as pulling it up and boom, you're done. It's going to take a little bit of a learning curve. Green screens can also look artificial or fake because they 100% are, but you don't want that look when you're doing a natural background. You want it to look real, and there's some challenges getting that to work. This artificial feel kind of detracts from the authenticity of your videos sometimes, but sometimes you don't care and you just want it to look cool and crazy, and that's okay too. Good green screens are not cheap. It takes a little bit of investment, not only for the green screen, but to use all those multiple lights to make the perfect green screen appear post-production so you can use it to edit. So it takes a little bit of an investment, and those that are on a tight budget, it might not be the choice for you. So not only is there budget concerns as well as time concerns, there's also a learning curve concern. It's going to take some practice. You're not going to get it the first time. So lighting is going to be a problem. Editing might be a problem. Setting up might be a problem. Know that it's going to take a little bit of effort to get it to look right. So the decision is based on what you're willing to put into it. Time, money, effort, learning. If that's what you want to do to make your videos look the best and most creative, knock yourself out. For those people that are on limited time, budget, or learning curve concerns, this might not be the perfect solution for you, but let's dive into it a little bit further and I'll show you how I do mine. So here's some tips and tricks that I've learned when using a green screen. First and foremost, do not wear any green clothing because when you go to edit it, it'll look like this. When you edit the green screen, basically you're taking out the green color from your video. And when you're wearing green clothing, your computer or editing software is not going to know the difference between green clothing and a green screen. So no green clothes. Second tip, if you want perfect green screens, you're not going to be able to sit in a chair like this one. You can see right here that it's all black. I won't be able to have a green screen behind me because my chair is blocking the green color. So sit on a stool or a chair that has a low back. You don't want anything in your way, including boom lights like this one. What you don't know yet is when you go to edit these videos in post-production, you're basically removing colors. This looks like a black microphone, but in reality, there's lots of shades of gray and silver and white, and this is going to take a ton of time to remove all these colors perfectly. This is not what you really want to do. So remove all articles or things that could get in the way of your green screen. Microphones, green clothes, chairs like this one. In reality, you probably want to stand in front of the green screen or at least sit on a stool so there's nothing in front of the green screen but your silhouette of your face and your shoulders. So as I mentioned before, do you see that there's several layers of green here? Let's kind of remove some of those and show you how to do that with some lighting. So now what I've done is I've placed two lights directly in front of the green screen off to the side of me. That's really really lit up the green screen, and now it's made it a more uniform color. It's going to be much easier to edit in post-production, and I'll show you how. So now let's take this video that we're doing right now and take it to our editing software, and I'll show you how to remove the color. Today, I'm using Camtasia as my editing software, but you can use anything like Final Cut Pro or DaVinci Resolve. But I use Camtasia because the learning curve is really good, and I don't really need fancy Hollywood stuff like DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut Pro. So Camtasia works for me. So let's show you how to do it. I've moved the video I just took into the editing software, made a couple of minor edits here to cut out some space, but you see the video's right here and the audio's right here. So let's see how to remove the green. First, I'm going to go to Visual Effects, and then I'm going to go to remove a color. So I'm going to drag remove a color down to our video. Now by default, a green comes up, but you can see that it didn't remove this screen. So we need to match the color here with not with this green, but with the green really on our screen. So we're going to hit this eyedropper and match the color. But you can already see some problems here because there are some problems with the green. It's not perfectly green all the way around. It's a little bit darker up here. You can see if I click it here, it's a little bit lighter over here. So if I click that, you can see that it didn't remove anything. So really what we need to do is go to the tolerance and adjust that to meet our demands, because this is not perfectly green and I've already placed two lights in front of it. So when I go to tolerances here and I can drag it to the right, and now we start to see the green kind of disappear, but it doesn't completely disappear because you can start seeing some halos around my chair and my hair. It's not completely green. So now we need to match up those colors. You can see that I'm going to hover right over that outline, but look what happens. Everything disappears. So maybe we should match the blacks. Let's try that. Nope, that didn't work either. Let's try my hair. Nope. So you can see matching up the colors exactly is kind of a pain in the ass already. It takes a little bit of effort. Let's change one of the other settings called softness, and we can kind of take some of this down. So I'm going to grab the softness. It's at 5% right now. I'm going to move that to the right. Now it's starting to take out some of the green color, but look at my shirt. Because I'm wearing a green shirt, it's going to match those up. Also, look at the color of my beard. It's completely changed as well because I've changed the softness. So maybe let's play with the hue a little bit. That's not going to work. Let's go to the fringe, see if that changes anything. Nope. Nope. Let's invert it, see if that changes anything. Nope. Let's go back to default tolerance. Let's try a different part of the screen. Maybe that changes it. Oh, look at that. That changed it. So you can see there's a lot of learning curve associated with learning how to edit the green screen properly. Now, granted, this is a very simple example of how to remove the green from a green screen to replace it with whatever background or image you want. But you can see just right now that there's some difficulty in learning exactly how to do it really good. The color goes off, the skew goes off. It takes a very steep learning curve to get this to go really, really well. The learning curve is steep and it's a lot of time consumption. So you're gonna have to play with it to get it to work to your level. I've spent many hours learning how to remove the green color effectively. And guess what? I hate doing it. It's a pain in the ass to me. And this is why I don't use a green screen at all. I use a television for my background. If you haven't seen the video on how I effectively use an 85-inch LED television as my background instead of a green screen, I'm gonna put it in the description below. But to me, using a television is far greater than using a green screen. I effectively have no lighting concerns. I effectively have no post-editing concerns because I can superimpose the image that I actually want on my television. And then I don't have to use any editing at all in post-production with green screen stuff and chroma key stuff. It all's taken care of me because I'm using a television. Plus, by the time you buy a green screen, and a good green screen is $200 to $300. The lights you're going to use, another couple of $100. So now you're $400 to $500 into a green screen, and all the time and effort it's going to take you to make it look good. You might as well spend the $600-700 on a really good 85-inch television. Then you've saved an immense amount of time in post editing. I would rather do it that way. Hence why I never use a green screen. But if you love green screens, use them. I don't. I use televisions, but that's just my choice. So I hope you learned a little something today on Tattooed Nerd. I'm Patrick Kelly. Have a great day.